Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Stephanie. And for those of you who are returning, thank you so much. I appreciate anybody who stops by and watches my videos. So I'm going to set up my planner for the first full week of October. So I've got my monthly set up with all my appointments. And I did find these. Sorry, I always cringe whenever I have to open the thing when I'm doing a video. Anyhow, I found these moon face stickers that were print and cut on, I believe it was Love to Print. I'll link her shop below. As you guys know, I do have a Cricut, so I make a lot of my own stickers. So I added those to the monthly, and then I'll add those to the weekly. But this is the week of October 4th through the 10th. I do, back to the stickers, I do like to keep track of the new moon and the full moon, but I don't really, this has the waxing crescent and the waning crescent and all that stuff on here, and I'm like, I don't really know. I guess I'll put it on my calendar, and should the mood strike me, we'll go look it up and figure it out. So these are stickers that I made for myself. I do make pretty cups. Here's my cup. Oh, it's got stuff in it. Let's not do that. I do make pretty cups. So this is one that I'm making for an autism awareness cup. For my son's therapy place, they do a employee of the month, and so I've been making cups for the employee of the month. So I've got a ton of clip art. The other thing is I started making pins. I have this one that I've been using. So anyhow, basically I just take the pins apart and yeah. In fact, I need to. So yeah, I just take the pins apart and then paint the casing of the pin. And these are ones that I'm working on for myself because focus camera. Let's see if that helps. My camera's autofocus is horrible. But anyhow. So pretty pins that I'm working on, and then this is another one that I'm working on for myself. I was inspired when I got my new planner cover to make myself a pretty pin, and this actually matches really well. So anyhow, so the point is that I have all this stuff, tons of fonts and pretty flower stickers and all sorts of things, so I figured why not put those to use in my planner and enjoy them every day. So that's what I'm doing. Alright, so let's get started. I don't really have a whole lot going on this week. Let's decide which ones. I think I want to use these blue and purple stickers. So when I was making my pins, these are stickers that are on the pins. I just resized them to fit my planner instead of a pin. So I think I want to use the blue and purple stickers. So let's get started. So one of the things that I love to do is I like to, I call it everyday art because it's stuff in your life that just is pretty, that makes you happy. And so I call it everyday art. So instead of spending all this time making stuff that you're never going to use, why not so why not just make stuff that is super pretty that you can enjoy every day? Because I used to make, I don't know, I'd make random stuff, cards and in my journal. I still journal, and I still do make pretty stuff in my journal, but So all I'm doing now is just kind of using the wax paper to figure out where I want my stickers to go. Ooh, if I cut out, no, not that one. And I like to decorate the edges, and then in this space here where I don't use a whole lot. And I do want to use one of my quotes that I got from Pleasantly Planned. But yeah, so, and this keeps me looking at my planner too. It keeps my planner interesting so that I actually use it. And Lord knows I need all the help I can get to stay on top of everything. I will tell you this. So this is a fun story. So you guys know, those of you who have been around for a while, know that I have obviously 2 autistic teenagers, and that since COVID hit, we've had in-home therapy, which has been a blessing and very trying all at the same time. So anyhow, one of the struggles that we've been having with the therapist being in the home is the whole communication, I guess, issues. And like, I thought we were on a good path, yada yada yada. Oh, I wish I had one more. Well, maybe I can use, actually I can use that over here. Anyhow, I thought we were on a good path, we were doing great, and we were, you know, fixing some of those issues. And then last week happened. And long story short, of course, it reared its ugly head, and yeah, the therapist, like, I guess somebody called in, and they could come on a day that they don't normally come, and they text my husband instead of texting me, and he was already asleep because he works nights, and you know this. And I mean, I just really got frustrated because, like, we've had this conversation. Now, mind you, here's probably the reason why I'm so irritated with this. It's not because of, I mean, it is because of a lack of communication. Yes, that is the problem. And yes, we've had this conversation, and they're like, well, we're busy or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, I get that, whatever. But here's the thing. These same places that are doing this nonsense to me are the places who have told me in the past, basically, you need to figure it out, you need to get your stuff together, yada, yada, yada. Hence my planning. Because I do need to get all this stuff together, and I do need to keep all my kids' information and doctor's appointments and you know, that sort of nonsense together. And, you know, disability, whether that be through the state or through the federal government, you know, the Social Security office or state, and the different doctors and whatnot. So this has happened multiple times over the last, like, it's been a pretty big issue of, like, and these are things that probably wouldn't have been an issue if we were in clinic, because, you know, there's multiple people there and whatnot. So anyhow, but since we're not and there's only one person, And if that person doesn't show up, then, you know, we get it. But, so I guess my issue is like, you guys go around yelling at parents for not having their stuff together, and you don't have your stuff together. So who are you to be telling someone else this? Like, that makes no sense to me. Like, you have no room to talk. Like, what's the old Bible quote? Like, those without sin can throw the first stone. Anyhow. And yes, I don't necessarily have all my stuff together. I feel like I'm doing better than they are, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. Alright, so let's put almost done decorating. I'm like, get a notebook, get something. Like, just keep your to-dos together, people. Set timers on your phone. Like, you don't need to go, like, yes, I go to the extreme with mine. I do kind of go to the extreme with my planner. You don't need to go this far, but at least have some sort of plan. Some sort of way of keeping track of stuff, right? Like we all are busy, we all have things. So, anyhow. And I do use, I actually use Google, Google whatchamacallit. I was like, what? Yeah. I'm not going to lay this one down fully yet because I need to put, see, that's the other thing, is somebody was supposed to be here on Wednesdays, and they haven't been here on Wednesdays because, well, stuff happens, right? So, anyhow, enough of that. It is what it is. Just, on a happier note, I was on YouTube, and I'm such a dork. I love to fall down the rabbit hole of TED Talks. Like, it's one of my favorite things. And anyhow, a TED Talk popped up on my YouTube feed, or whatever it's called. And it was on auditory processing disorder. And basically what that is the brain, so it's a disorder where your hearing is perfectly fine. It's just the message from the brain, from the ear to the brain, gets jumbled up, in a nutshell. And I've been told over the years that my kids probably have this, but there wasn't really a way to test for this, essentially, is what they were saying, or what I've been told over the years. And so, I mean, I was told this, I don't know, 5, 10, maybe longer, 5, 10 years ago, maybe even longer than that. But anyhow, so it was a lady in the TED Talk, I think, was in New Zealand. I'll have to link it below because it's really, really interesting. Anyhow, she was saying that that basically that they've figured out how to test for this, like do a proper test for this, and treatment for it. So I need to look this up. And see what that's about, because that's very interesting. So yeah, I want to look that up. So yeah, that's on my list of things to do this week, is to look that up and figure that out. Let's see if there's something there that can maybe help us. Okay, so sorry, I have to think. So we've got ABA, and then my dear sweet has a doctor's appointment that day also, so I do need to write that down so I don't forget and be like, what are you doing? That's never happened before. Alright, there we go. Alright, and I do want this here. I think I want to use this one that says, God has made everything beautiful in its time. I do need the reminder that everything is not 100% perfect, and nor should it be at this very, very moment. Like, everything blossoms in its own time is my philosophy in life. Alright, so let's see, we've got Evan's doctor's appointment, ABA, and my appointment with Sid. I don't think there's anything else. Let me look. Oh, the moon. The new moon is on the 6th. The other therapist is supposed to be here on the 6th too, but we will see. What was the other one? I don't know if this is the actual date or if it was the 10th, because the things I was looking at didn't have them. Actually, like they have new moon, full moon, first quarter and last quarter moons, but I'm guessing on this. It's fine. Okay, so we've got our habit tracker, so I need 2 more habit trackers. So I want to track my morning and my PM routine and my, sorry, that's Tristan. And no, he's not a 2-year-old, he's 18, so, I have no earthly idea what his deal is out there. Okay, so I'm going to track my AM, my PM, and my meditation. Because I meditate, but I haven't been super, what's the word? super consistent. Oh, is there any holidays this week? No. Yeah, haven't been super duper consistent with that, so let's see. Oh, oopsies. I cut half the A off. It's fine. Alright, let me look through here and see if there's any other. Oh, I need to do laundry today. Well, not laundry, like, more of, okay. I need to wash bedding and stuff like that. Alright, let's put those away. I have actually, while I'm thinking about it, question, would anybody be interested in, like if I design the stickers and then you guys could like print and cut them yourself? I'm not sure that I want to do, I don't know, I kind of do. And I kind of don't want to get into like a print shop. Cute little meditation sticker. Oh. Alright guys, so I've got, let me pull out my, so this is my inbox section or brain dump section, whatever you want to call it, and basically when something comes up, I like just enters my mind I will write it here. In fact, this is like some crystals that I wanted to look into. I actually have this written in my, I have a little notebook in my, so this is my little wallet thing, and I keep, like, it has a little notebook in it, so I actually move this, some of this information into, into there, so when I go to the place where I sell my cups, because there's a guy, and it's like a flea market type place, I don't know what to call it, anyhow, there's a, I say guy because it says, I think it said Gene, like G-E-N-E or something with, on his card. Anyhow, there's a guy in there that sells crystals, and so I wanted to go look and buy some crystals for certain things. In fact, I've got an idea. I grabbed this card while I was there last time because I want to make some paper clips, kind of like this little guy. Actually, this isn't the paper clip this came when it was a different sort of paper clip. I just moved it onto here. But my little seashell thing that came with my planner, I was going to do some like tiny crystal things with one there that I was going to add to my shop, and maybe even like I've got a resin mold for initials, so adding an initial to it. Alright, so I've got my thing here. My brain dump. So let's put important. What is the deal with these pens suddenly? Do you not like them? Sorry, I took this out because my pen wasn't. What's the deal with these pens? How annoying. I'll use this pen. Sorry, my philosophy is if I work for myself, I don't, like, why am I using boring old black pens all the time? So how this works for me, this full inbox and next actions thing, is because of my kids and having so many people in and out of my house and like just all the things going on all the time, and I quite frequently get interrupted throughout the day, is when something comes into my mind, I usually write it on here, or I have like a half sheet like this in here, because sometimes my brain can't even function enough to flip back into my planner. Or I'll have something like this in here where I've got just like a running to-do list. So basically what I try to do is I write it here or here, and then at the end of the day or the end of the week, I come over here and I put it into what I call buckets. So if you see here, this is a good example. And then where's my other sheet? Actually, I have a couple of sheets like this. I found these sheets for this little guy here. So like if I'm out running errands for this, I'll write, you know, what store and then what I need to get from each store, if that makes sense. And there's like, this actually came in a bundle. I'll put it down below too. And then there's a 2, so this one has 4. I thought there was one with, no, it's just 4, 2, and then 1 long list. So that's like the Walmart list. This is like the dollar store list or something like that. Let's be real. So anyhow, I've got those lists, and then I've also got one similar to that comes in here. So I've got this double column list that I use for my cup business a lot. Oh, and then I've got this one here. This one here, I actually kind of like this style a little bit better because it seems a little cleaner, or this style. But yeah, I'll link the printables down below, and then I've got the big 2 double. So anyhow, but this was one where you could edit it, so you could actually put the different titles in there. So in my routine section, I've actually got them listed as the days of the week, like this. So weekly routines, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so on and so forth. So I can write down like what I want to get done, like cleaning wise, on those days. That hasn't really happened. It's fine now. But yeah. So anyhow, once I wrote it on those other sheets of paper, I come over here, put them on here, and then throughout the week, if I'm sitting at my computer, let's say it takes forever sometimes to upload a YouTube video, like it can take an hour or more. So then I will come here and I will look and decide whether or not I want to sit at my computer and wait for that and get some things done. So like I would, like for instance, yesterday or Friday, I was waiting for a video to upload. So while I was doing that, I deleted my salon Facebook and Instagram accounts, which should have only taken a few minutes, but it took way longer. Anyhow, technology. So maybe while I'm waiting for this video to upload, I'll try to get on the maps and delete those. So that way I can kind of decide, you know, if I'm sitting down doing this, then what else can I do while I'm sitting here waiting for something else to process, if that makes sense. So I kind of go through and put them in buckets. So, or if I'm waiting for something to upload, I can, you know, email somebody or whatever. But anyhow, so yeah, I'm kind of, like, see this and this is done. So yeah, so that's kind of how that works. And then I keep everything, like this has really worked for me. I keep everything together, and yeah. In fact, I'm going to take some of this. Is this just paper? Yes, this is paper. I'm going to take this small sheet of paper from the Happy Planner Mini, and I'm actually going to stick this in here. Oh, hey, look, some information that I was actually going to need. I'm going to take a couple of sheets of this, and I'm going to stick this in here, because while I'm calling around for to see if I can find someone who does this auditory processing diagnosis stuff and treatment, what I do when I'm doing something like that is I just take some note paper, preferably a ring, I'll keep, depending on how long it's going to take me, I'll keep a ring bound, I'll keep some note paper in my, either ring bound or like a planner page. So basically what I write is the date, the place of the, so it would be like the date, the place that I called, and the time. And then underneath I would write like if I left a message or if I actually talked to someone. So say I call, you answer, your name's Susie, I'll say, well, I talked to Susie. Susie said that I needed to talk to whoever and that she took a message for, you know, Johnny to call me back. And so I would write that down here and mark it off or put a line through and then call the next place. If, say, the next place says that they don't handle that, then I'll be like, well, do you know anybody who would? And then they would, you know, refer me to whoever or whatever. They'd say yes or no or whatever, and I would just, you know, write that down and not, you know, put another line and then call the next place. So this actually helped me, this has helped me several times to keep things in line for my kids whenever, because over the years, they're 18 and 19, so over the years, we haven't always had the services that we needed, or finding them was incredibly hard. So anyhow, that helped me to find services for them several times over the years. Alright, I feel like this video is like super duper long, and I've rambled long enough, so yeah. So there is my week set up, ready to go, and I've got all my to-dos written down in the proper places, so hopefully I remember to do them. And until next time, bye guys!